Good day, Pooter students and staff. I'm Riley, and we present to you the last episode of the PHS News for this quarter. This episode is jam-packed, so let's get right into it. Zach wants to let you know that we've got another episode of Everlasting Art out. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Welcome everybody to the second episode of Everlasting Art. We got a lot of submissions this week, so some of them will be seen next quarter. The last day of quarter 1 is Friday the 16th. Quarter 2 starts on October 19th, which is a Monday. That is when we'll be starting hybrid learning. Make sure to wear a mask. Let's get back to the artwork. I've picked out 3 submissions from the ones that I've received to check out today. Let's look at them. This piece establishes a sort of theme for this episode. Purple. This is a digital portrait of a young person that incorporates a lot of shades of purple in the clothes and background. The entire piece has a sort of glittery feel, from the starry background to the shine in the person's eyes. This next piece of art is also really cool. Here we have some design work that incorporates a lot of symmetrical figures placed at various locations on the canvas. The white and gold lines really shine against the purple and gray backdrop. I think it's really nice. The last of today's submissions is another digital painting, and I think it's really cool. The colors, shading, and details all come together into a really dynamic piece. I like the overall aesthetic. The colors, lines, and everything all comes together really nicely. That's all of the art for today. Thanks to everyone who submitted, and everybody else who wants to submit art, make sure to submit some. Everybody have a good rest of your day.
Once again, thank you to everyone who submitted. So we've got more amazing teachers we'd like to introduce you to. Let's go meet them.
All right. Well, hey guys, it's super good to see your guys' faces, even though it's from a virtual environment. But I'm Allie, and I'm a senior this year, and I'm in student leadership. And Logan and I are going to kind of ask you a few questions just so we can get to know you better. So Logan, if you want to introduce yourself, go for it.
Hi, I'm in the student leadership, and I'm a senior.
Perfect. All right, and so today we have Mr. Burleson and Miss Bibby. So if you guys just want to, one at a time, kind of tell the kids, not the kids, if you want to tell people who you are, that'd be awesome.
I'm Christy Bibby, and I teach science. I teach a little bit of math because I also teach newcomer math. And I've been at Pooter so long that I have Logan's mom as a student, and I also have Mr. Burleson's fiance as my student. Fun fact.
Hello, Mr. Burleson here. This is my second year teaching here at Pooter High School. I am teaching natural resources and earth systems science currently. I also am the science Olympiad coach, and I coach track as well. So, go track, yeah.
And I coach, that's awkward, but I coach softball too.
Sweet. All right, so I guess the first question we just want to know, Miss Bibby, you kind of touched on it a bit, but how long have you guys been at PHS?
I student taught at Pooter in 1990, I think, so a long time ago. And then I coached at Pooter in 1991 when the softball team won the state tournament. But I really started teaching full time here in 1993. So this is my 28th year teaching at Pooter.
Wow.
Like I said, I taught a semester at a middle school in Loveland when I first graduated college, and then this is my second full year here at Pooter, so super excited to be here.
And I hope you guys stay at Pooter for a while because you're both awesome. All right, Logan, you can go for it.
If you could go back into the what? If you could go back in time, what would you do?
Worried about that. I always find out that if I worry about something, it turns out being the wrong thing. And I think if I could have known that a year ago, I wouldn't have worried about that. The things that I worried about for this fall aren't anything like the challenges that we face. So I guess if I could go back, I'd say, hey, just live in the moment and enjoy it.
One thing off the top of my head, my great grandpa owned apparently pretty popular restaurant out in California where I'm from. And I never got to meet my great grandpa or anything, but I think it'd be cool to go back and get to eat at his restaurant back in Santa Paula, California. That'd be pretty fun.
Guys' favorite part of your jobs? Like, why do you go to school every day?
Well, I am at school right now because it's easier for me to teach from my classroom, but my favorite part of my job is my students. So it's really different for me to try to connect with them through a screen, and I don't feel like I have much experience at that, and I don't feel like I'm very good at it. So I'm looking forward to the day when I see students in person because they are my favorite part of my job.
Sure, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's the same exact thing. I love science and all my colleagues and everything, but going to school to see the kids is the greatest part of my day. So it's sad that we're in this situation that we're in right now, but hopefully soon we'll be out of it and we can go back to what we're used to.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for the interviews. Hopefully when we get back into school, learning will become easier for us. We are hoping to interview more teachers about their opinions on distance learning and online schooling. And speaking of back to school, some of you are probably wondering what school is going to look like when we transition into our hybrid schedule, respectively AB days. Don't worry, because we have you covered. Here's Thomas and Miss Christensen with some of your frequently asked questions.
Hi everyone, I'm Thomas with the PHS News. Today I'll be interviewing Miss Christensen, one of our assistant principals here at PHS. We're going to be getting you all the details you need to be ready to come back to school in the week of October 19th. Now, if you're like me, you got a lot of questions. Hopefully this interview will help you out. Miss Christensen. Alright, first question. Do we have to wear actual masks to school?
Yes, and first I want to say welcome back, Poudre High School students. We are so happy to have you back in school and back in classes. We're excited to see you. This building has definitely not been the same without you. So to answer Thomas's first question, yes, you do have to wear a mask inside the building. Every single student and staff member must wear a mask. This is not optional to come to school. And also, please remember that your masks need to be school appropriate. So though we are going to be following the code of conduct, just like we would with clothing. So make sure that there's, you're following the code of conduct again with those masks. There's no profanity, there's no alcohol or drug references on your mask. So those will be asked to change your mask if those things are on your masks.
Okay, now this one has come up a lot of times, especially in my household. The school is being divided into an A-B kind of a format. How are you dividing the school?
Good question. So the AB format actually goes by last names. So depending on what your last name is, that is will determine if you're in group A or group B. And this is the same from elementary, middle school, and high school. So if you have a sibling that is in elementary or middle school, you will all be on either an A group or a B group for that. And you can find that if you go to your student view and look underneath student info tab. And there will show you if you are in group A or in group B. So they are by last names. And if we had to also, if some of the classes were overloaded with students, we may have made a change in which grouping you are in. But again, in student view, underneath your student info tab, you can find which group you're in.
Now, if I want to stay fully remote, is that an option? And if so, who should I talk to?
Yes, we do have a couple options for students who do want to stay fully remote. And you do need to talk to your counselor as soon as possible if that is something that you and your family are thinking about.
Alright, now, what will lunch look like?
Lunch is going to be kind of the same, I guess. So for lunch, we have literally gone around the entire school and measured out every 6 feet on the floors throughout the entire school. So those assigned seating is going to be put into an app. So similar to how if you were 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, how last year when we had the flows on those days where you got to sign up if you wanted to go participate in the Zumba class or go to a study hall, you clicked and signed up for a location. That is how lunch is going to work. So you are going to pick a spot where you want to sit at lunch. And you must sit at that spot so we can do contact tracing during the lunchtime. So now say Thomas wants to sit by his best friend at lunch. They just need to pick 2 spots that are socially distanced, that are 6 feet from each other. So they might pick zone A, seat 1, and seat 2. So you still are going to be able to be with your friends at lunch, socially distanced at specific locations in the school. And you'll get more information on that, but you will have assigned seats during lunch, but you will get to choose them and you can sit by your friends.
So it's kind of like a reservation at a restaurant.
That's exactly what it is, a reservation at a restaurant. Now, if you go to the movie theater, sometimes you can pick your seats at the movie theaters, and that's going to be exactly what it's going to be like.
All right. Thank you for answering all of our questions. I hope you have a wonderful day. And everyone who has tuned into the PHS News, I hope you have a wonderful day as well.
Go Pooter!
Thank you, Thomas and Ms. Christensen, for that great info. I'm sure a lot of us are looking forward to returning to the classroom. Hey, Yearbook needs you. They're looking for pictures to fill out a section on our community during distance learning. For our community pictures, you could include volunteering, the signs in your neighborhood, and coming together. For distance learning pictures, you could include your daily schedule, workplace setup, parents as teachers, and study groups. To submit your photos, there is a Google Forms link shown on screen. Now, why not end this episode with some more of Pooter's pets? Here is Casey and Talene with the last Pooter pets of this quarter. Thank you to everyone who sent in pictures of their pets. We loved seeing them, and we hope you've enjoyed this series so far. But wait, quick reminder, finals are next week. If you need a refresher of the schedule, check up on the PHS website. With that in mind, good luck next week, and we will see you next quarter in person.